Ever feel that fleeting high from a new purchase or a binge watch, only to be left with an empty feeling afterward? You're constantly chasing the next thing, but true happiness still feels just out of reach. What if I told you that chasing dopamine is exactly why you're not truly satisfied? This video unpacks the surprising psychological truth about what's really missing. Let's talk about something we all do. You finish watching a video, you immediately scroll to the next one. You buy something online, within hours you're browsing again. You get likes on a post, and you're already checking for more. Here's what's happening in your brain. Dopamine. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Dopamine isn't actually the pleasure chemical. It's the wanting chemical. It makes you reach, seek, chase. And modern life, it's absolutely hijacked this system. Every app, every website, every product is engineered to trigger that dopamine spike. The endless scroll, the next day delivery, the instant likes. They give you that quick hit, and then it's gone. But real satisfaction, that comes from completely different neurochemicals, serotonin and oxytocin. These create sustained peace, not a spike and crash. The problem is, we're living in a world optimized for dopamine hits, while our brains are starving for actual contentment. And that creates what psychologists call the satisfaction paradox. We have more access to pleasure than any generation in history, and we're more dissatisfied than ever. Okay, so you might be thinking, but I'm working towards something. Once I get that promotion, that relationship, that body, then I'll be satisfied. I hate to break it to you, but science says otherwise. There's this concept called the hedonic treadmill. Basically, you adapt to everything. You get the thing you wanted, new car, new apartment, new achievement, and for a few days or weeks, it feels amazing. Then it just becomes your new normal, and you're already looking at the next thing. Harvard psychologist Dan Gilbert found that people massively overestimate how much achieving their goals will change their baseline happiness. We tell ourselves, if only I had this, I'd be happy. If only I looked like this. If only I made this much money. It's always one milestone away. But here's the kicker. Society is selling us this narrative hard. We're told that success equals satisfaction. Get the degree, get the job, get the followers, get the life. But that's not how human psychology works, because satisfaction isn't a destination you arrive at. It's not something you get, it's something you build. So if chasing dopamine doesn't work, and achieving goals doesn't work, what does? Psychologists have a term for real, lasting satisfaction: eudaimonic well-being. Sounds fancy, but it's actually simple. It's built on 3 pillars: purpose, doing something that matters beyond yourself; growth, challenging yourself and developing mastery; and connection, deep, meaningful relationships. Notice what's missing from that list: comfort, convenience, instant gratification. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Real satisfaction requires effort. It lives in what psychologists call flow states, those moments when you're so engaged in something challenging that you lose track of time. Think about the most satisfying moments of your life. I'm willing to bet they weren't when things were easy. They were when you struggled through something hard and came out the other side. That difficult conversation that deepened a friendship. That project you almost gave up on but finished. That skill you sucked at but kept practicing. We've been conditioned to avoid discomfort, but discomfort isn't the obstacle to satisfaction. It's often the prerequisite. The irony? The things that truly satisfy us feel wrong at first. They're hard. They take time. They don't give instant feedback. But that's exactly why they work. All right, enough theory. How do you actually rewire your brain from dopamine seeking to purpose-driven living? First, the 10-second pause. Before you reach for the easy dopamine, the scroll, the snack, the distraction, pause for just 10 seconds and ask, is this what I actually want? Or is this just what's easy? That pause creates space between impulse and action, and that's where choice lives. Second, daily gratitude practice. I know it sounds cliché, but neuroscience backs this up hard. Spending just 2 minutes a day writing down 3 specific things you're grateful for literally rewires your brain's pattern recognition. Instead of scanning for problems and threats, your brain starts scanning for what's working. It's like upgrading your mental operating system. Third, process over outcome. This is the big one. Stop measuring your worth by results and start measuring by effort and growth. Did you show up? Did you try? Did you learn something? That's what you can control. Outcomes, they're often out of your hands. But the moment you detach from needing specific results, you paradoxically become more satisfied with whatever happens because you're already winning by doing the work. Here's what I've realized. True satisfaction isn't found in perfection or in finally arriving somewhere. It's in the messy, imperfect present moment. It's in the process. It's in showing up for the things and people that matter, even when, especially when, it's hard. We've been trained to chase external validation, more followers, more money, more success. But the people who actually feel satisfied, they've built internal fulfillment. They find contentment in both the triumphs and the tribulations, because they're not dependent on circumstances to feel okay. That's freedom. That's true satisfaction. So, here's your challenge. For the next week, catch yourself in the dopamine chase. Just notice it and try one thing that's effortful, meaningful, and has no instant payoff. Comment below what that thing is for you, and if this shifted how you think about satisfaction, send it to someone who needs to hear it. Because real fulfillment, it's contagious. See you in the next one.